Hi, everybody. This is Garth Sandiford, your host, and today I have with me Soraya Ho Sing Loy, and I'm pretty excited to have her come back on. She was on the show a couple years back, and we decided to do an update. So hopefully you'll have some fun and you'll hear some things that you didn't hear before. And so welcome, Soraya. How are you doing today?
Hey, Garth. And being from the Caribbean, you just make me laugh. It's Ho Sing Loy, but that's okay. I know you.
Ho Sing Loy.
I know you're Bajan, so it's Ho Sing Loy, like a good cup of soup. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, so nice to be back here. As much as we know each other virtually, I don't ever come on camera, and think I'm actually camera shy because I stare at myself and I'm like, ooh. But so grateful that we're able to talk again and without even, being prepared for anything today. I just want to say, just to start this evening with just words of gratitude in so many languages,
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Vietnamese, I live there. I said it so many times. Arigato in Japanese, sheshe in Chinese, and just namaste in India. And of course, gracias. I'm living in Cabo San Lucas. And there's one thing that all transformational people talk about is just being grateful. So I want to start off today by just really, really going deep about gratitude and how it has affected me as a person, and not me, Soraya, in my home, but Soraya in the wider society. So Soraya
Mm-hmm.
in the Cabo community, Soraya at work, and Soraya in this movement, the Daily Gratitude Movement. So I don't know if we
Okay.
can start with that.
Well, you give me a lot to go with there. Well, wherever you want to start, that's where we'll start. And you talk about. Well, I'm curious. Let's start with Los Cabos, San Lucas. All right. Let's start there. What has gratitude done for you in your community?
Wow. Well, first of all, let me just say that I have always been proud of leading communities in terms of
Mm-hmm.
helping other women. And I have a brand, Cabo Chica Soraya. And this brand has led me places I again, didn't think possible. And now we're practicing this deep gratitude. My brand has expanded onto a platform where 10% of all my sales go towards battered women. And they come back to me, and they're the ones saying thank you. They're the
Mm-hmm.
ones who are acknowledging a brand. They're excited when I sell a piece of jewelry. And so much so, I'm affiliated with a local bar. It's called Sancho's, run again by two women.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever activities they do, I tend to be a part of it as well. And they recognize my mission as a gratitude warrior in terms of, yes, one is you're a bar, you tend to kind of been known for having fun and making people have fun. Yes, there's that side of it, but there's also the side of, when things get tough, this one bar, ready to contribute, ready to give back. It's all about charitable organizations. And I really do feel that's part of the gratitude movement. It's
Mm-hmm.
caused me to really stand up and get people together, get people to unite for a cause. Being in an organization as one as the Daily Gratitude Movement makes me very efficient. Yeah, efficient is the word. Putting
Okay.
things together, organizing, getting people doing stuff together, and allotting tasks to people, something I've actually never really done before. Yeah,
All right. So you're getting some skills.
I guess so.
Oh wow. Um, okay. And now that you have these new skills and you're making this contribution to this organization, what else has the serving the gratitude movement done for you in your community?
Well, I'm going to start with work. Now, those of you who do know me know that that's a pretty It's a subject that I kind of tend to I shy away from. I don't really talk about my job. I don't talk about what I do, and it's something that for some reason or the other, I don't put it out there. But I do say having gratitude has put me in a position to understand where peers come into my life. I never really had jobs where I had to depend on others or others had to depend on me. So
Okay.
it's a huge part in terms of on my gratitude list. I can tell you right now, I have my peers, their names written down, and they might be shocked when they hear something like this. Um, I have my boss's name.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of community, again, when I'm with my tours, when I'm with my people, when I'm with the sales crew, the first thing I say is thank you for my tours. The first thing I say is thank you for the income I'm going to make today. And I
Mm-hmm.
put out there already that I'm grateful to even be earning an income, Garth, because as you
Mm-hmm.
know, I've been pretty open about my experiences in work, and it's quite new for somebody my age. So
Mm-hmm.
it starts with that. And I do know if it wasn't without this movement, I would not have been doing that. In fact, it might have been the opposite. I may have quit already. I may have cursed off somebody in Trini, and,
Okay.
and it may not have been the same. So I really do owe my gratitude in that aspect of it. Yes.
Well, okay. So you say that you're saying that this gratitude movement has caused you to become like a different person.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
All right. So give me an example of one or two things that are very different about you now that weren't there before.
Well, there's so many, but I'm going to choose one. I
Okay.
really, 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 I'm now, as much as I preached it and I thought I was that person, I can really say I'm compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
I've become a very compassionate person. And
Okay.
to the extent of, and when I say compassionate, I'm not meaning, oh my gosh, I love this one and I love that. That's not what it is. For me,
Mm-hmm.
when I meet someone, I really want to know more about them. It's not about me. I want to know what makes them happy. What can
Mm-hmm.
I do in the relationship to make them happy? And why we're even friends, first with a
Mm-hmm.
friendship. With my parents, they see the transformation as well. Many times I would go back to Trinidad and I would never be at home. I'd probably be at home 3 times. And I mean, the whole thing was to go home to see parents. And the
Right. Right.
last few times I've been back, I have been with my parents. I've actually slept with my mother on her bed for the first time in my life at age 53. Yeah, I know. So that was a huge step to really be compassionate and see my parents, my aging parents, as you know, because I know you are a caregiver,
Mm-hmm.
really see them through the eyes of a compassionate soul instead of Soraya, the impatient um, party girl, as I would have been before.
Right. 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 Okay. So so compassion. Now I want to go a little deeper because compassion is a big deal. And and what what yeah what made you or caused you to feel like you needed to be more compassion or more compassionate?
Precisely that, God, seeing my aging parents. My
Mm-hmm.
aging parents were a huge part of it, and not being able to be there as you are, or as others, or as I thought I would have been. I always thought I was the person who would be taking care of my parents. I
Okay.
always thought that. One, that, and two, being a part of the daily gratitude movement and being a lead trainer. That was a huge part of it too. Having to deal with the different personalities, having to deal with adult men and women who are going through situations that I may have never understood in my life. Like, and I don't need to sit and talk. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just saying, that was a big part of it because
Mm-hmm.
I don't have kids. So for me, the people with kids, maybe they have grown to become compassionate because of their kids, because of the situation with their kids. When
Mm-hmm.
you don't have kids, there's no need for that. It's like, I, I don't have that. I don't have that. Um, what's the word? I don't have that God, and I don't have that standard, and I don't have. I didn't have to. I didn't have
Mm.
to treat anybody with compassion before.
Okay.
So,
All right.
um,
I like that. I like that. And so when you so what happened for you is that as you started to interact with other individuals, mostly adults in different capacities, you started to see this compassion, and it helped you to just become more understanding, appreciative of where they were or what they were doing. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty cool. What do you think?
yes, God. And, sometimes we see people on the outside, but we don't know. We
Mm-hmm.
really don't know what they're going through. And, with this gratitude practice, it really opens up yourself to say, hey, let me take 5 minutes to give someone a call and see what they're going through. Or let me see, not in a nosy way. So there's a huge difference. Not in a
Mm-hmm.
nosy way, not in a malicious way. I'm from the Caribbean. They call it macoing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're pretty, you know what I mean. Not in a macoing way, but in a real way. Hey, I'm here. This conversation could perhaps me just listening. I don't have to say anything, and I can tell you, there are at least three people in the movement right now that I have that relationship with. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so blessed that they chose me because the last count, there's 130 active members in our organization. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you checked up on the last count, but that's the last count. And
Mm-hmm.
um, people are joining every single week. So we do have to be compassionate, and we do have to understand and listen to where people are at and what they want, more importantly.
Okay. Yeah, but I like the whole compassion piece because I think it's all part of the structure, the infrastructure that we have. I believe that people are coming to us, to connect, to feel appreciated, and to be loved, and we are able to do that. We are able to deliver that on a regular basis. One of the things I've noticed with you is that you have become, more outgoing. And when I say outgoing, I don't mean outgoing like a party girl, but outgoing in terms of spreading your wings of
Mhm.
appreciation for others, and taking more of an active role, in the organization to ensure that things are happening as they could. And I don't think I could have ever planned that in a million years in terms of how individuals are going to connect with each other, but it has happened, and I'm very appreciative of it. So so you've had this experience with the daily gratitude movement. You are more, of a compassionate person now than ever before, and you have this deeper, more meaningful connection with people. um, and how is that serving you in some other areas of life? How's that serving you?
That's a great question, Garth. And I'm ready to answer that. And let me
Okay.
let me tell you, one, I'm ready to open my heart for a relationship. And I tell you
Mm,
what, it's a big step for me
mhm,
because I have closed that door off since 2019.
mhm,
Didn't think that I was ready. And I kept putting things off. I'd have nice guys come into my life, and I would just put up a real solid wall.
mhm,
Now I'm ready to go out there because I know what I have to offer. One,
mm,
two, it's important for me to have a relationship. I really do want that relationship, that connection. So
mhm,
that's one thing that I do feel I'm ready for, a good solid relationship in terms of a male female relationship.
mhm,
And two, I am ready to take another level in my life. This new adventure is starting this year. Whether it means going on a platform bigger than this, whether it means um, going into more full time teaching in other areas, something that
mm,
I shy away from, again, something that I've always done. Um, and a lot of people don't know I'm actually a PCC coach as well. So perhaps making more of a commitment to working with others to help younger women really, really practice gratitude and move into their next level of life, being
Hmm.
grateful no matter where they are. And that's where I see myself going, for sure.
All right. You know, there's someone I know always says this. There's always another level. And when you think that you've got it made and you have arrived, then there's always another level. And so for you, the next level is to take it to that relationship, and
Yes.
then take it to where you're going to teach others some new skills and so on. And I think being in a relationship is a powerful thing, because you really have to grow as an individual, inside of a relationship. I think it just takes you, and it takes you just become someone else other than yourself. And your level of caring isn't just about you, but it's also about the other person. And that's fascinating. So I'm glad that is one of the things that has got you excited and got you going into the next level of your life. Congratulations. Okay. You want to say something?
I see you laugh. I see you smiling and laughing, and I know we've talked about this several times. But just being in the Tony Robbins world, as you know, just looking at Sage and Tony Robbins and the impact they're making together as a couple, that has inspired me.
Hmm.
That really has inspired me to get to that level. And when we talk about relationships, the one in our movement that I love hearing about is Wendy, and I call him hubby, Wendy and her hubby. There's
Yeah.
not a day that goes by that Wendy does not speak about the relationship that she has with her hubby. So
Right, 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 right.
I'm very inspired by those relationships for sure.
Okay. Well, that's good. I like that. Yeah, there are people in this world who got the memo and are doing it as it was intended. Because I think that sometimes it's so easy to quit a relationship when someone just doesn't say or do what you think they should do. But a relationship, I believe, is more than that. So well, good for you. Good for you. So now tell me. About your we dive in more specifically to the gratitude movement. What is it like being in the gratitude movement, um and how would you say gratitude, how has it really changed your life? And I know that we probably answered some of this already, but I think specifically, inside of the gratitude movement, working with people, um, or even, when you're in your room and you are communicating to others that are coming in to share their gratitude. What is that experience like? Actually, yeah, tell me what that experience is like for you.
So, Garth, I like that question because for those of you out there who are actually not on the Clubhouse platform, it's not too late to join one. It's something that when we joined back in the, I say back in the day, 4 years ago,
Hmm.
almost 5 years now, we did a great thing. As a matter of fact, the superstar Snoop Dogg was on, Glenn Marshall, who's our friend, several movie stars were on, people like Neil Donald Walsh, people like Bob Berg, who we've had on our platform. Um, People like John Assaraf, people like Mary Morisi, and I could go on of people who were on the platform and who are still coming in and out. I want to say that one of the best moments I have, and if anybody were to tell me, and those of you may have heard me in my rooms, I often say this: if anybody would have told me I'd be talking to a bunch of strangers in my spare time,
Yeah, yeah.
pouring in love and listening to gratitude, I would have told them they are absolutely mad and where to go. And
Hmm.
now I can say it's one of the most fun moments. As a matter of fact, I was on for the last 6 months at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. Sunday nights are usually my nights to go out and party, and I would probably be not even around. And now I'm looking forward for Sunday evenings to get in there and talk to people from around the world coming in to share their gratitudes. And one of my favorite moments, I will have to tell you, Garth, is having Mr. Ming as my sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Ming, if Mr. Ming has been such a support to me that I feel like I can't praise him enough. Mr. Ming is visually impaired,
Mm-hmm.
yet he's the one who puts everything together. Everything, people often ask, oh, what's the team doing? What's the team doing? What's the leadership? What's the training team doing? Our training team is myself and Mr. Ming, and Kat has just joined as well. So, for
Okay.
those of you who don't know what I'm talking about a movement that's on Clubhouse called the Daily Gratitude Movement, where we have rooms from 5:30 a.m. all the way into 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we have some nightly rooms. And you just come in and just share gratitude for 2 minutes. We've
Okay.
had people from Azerbaijan. We've had people coming in from India. And I'm talking about daily. I'm not talking about once in a while. I'm talking about people there constantly. Steve from Australia. There's so many names I can call. And one of the things I love doing is when I'm off, I often get calls and messages from these people saying, "Wow, this changed my life. This has made such an impact on me. I want to join the movement. How can I join?" And
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's there's something really special when somebody tells you that your voice, your recognition, your ability to have someone come in and talk about themselves. When people tell you that makes a difference in their lives, you gotta listen. You gotta
Yes,
listen.
yes, indeed. Yeah, I've seen that phenomenon that you're talking about, where people come in and they transform. They become something even better than what they were, and it could be as in a very short period of time, or it could be in 6 months or a year. That level of consistency and the fact that Clubhouse. The one thing, good thing I like about Clubhouse is international, so people from everywhere in the world can participate in that conversation of gratitude. It's quite remarkable, act, to experience that, to see people coming from all walks of life, to share their gratitude. It is, there's something about it, when you say it out loud,
Absolutely.
it changes. You can write it down, but when you say it out loud, it changes you and it changes how you are perceived. So yeah, wonderful. I like that. All right. So what is what's next for you? What are you up to? What's
Well, I tell you what, I am looking forward. We are having, as you do know, we are going to have the retreat in Atlanta,
mm-hmm.
September 19th to the 21st. So I am looking forward to jumping on that air flight. There is a direct flight from Cabo San Lucas, and I got some miles, so I'm getting it basically for free. I've
Okay.
joined up with someone, so I'm gonna be sharing a room. I'm looking forward to that for so many reasons. One, it's gonna make me feel young again to share a hotel room, to
uh,
share a hotel room with someone that I haven't met. Two, um, just to join others who are looking again, Garth. People are looking forward to meeting us. We're not a
mm-hmm.
superstar band, and all of a sudden we've become the Gratitude Warriors band. So
Okay.
there's something really special about that. And again, some useless but good information. We have over close to 30,000 members on our Facebook group, and again, we are. Some might say it's a cult. It's not a cult. It's a
Mm-hmm.
movement. And it's a movement that people are actually, they see themselves winning, you know um, they see themselves winning, myself included. I feel like a winner when i
Okay.
get off when I get off the moderating room. I feel like a winner when we have team meetings. I feel like a winner. There's something called the rising star. I mean, every time I get a rising star, I'm 53 and I'm still excited getting a rising star. So, so it's the simple things, and that's what gratitude brings you back to, God. The
Hmm.
simple things that equals the big things. That for me, that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, the simple things you don't really think about it.
Mm.
Until someone actually tells you what are the experiences like for them, and some of those things I just really just brought from my other community because I thought this is cool. Let's try this over here. Um, um, because the wheel, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? The wheel was already invented, so why don't you just bring the wheel with you and bring that into our space? So you've had this transformation in Los Cabos. You've had this transformation in your job. You've had this transformation in your personal life. Where else do you see transformation as a result of what you're doing with the gratitude movement?
So I'm gonna talk about something really quickly, but it's pretty. I don't like talking about it, and it's finances.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always a difficult topic, whether you have it or whether you don't. And
Mm-hmm.
since I've hosted Bob Berg, I have been in his community, and I tell you what, it's really helping me to define the finances that I have, how to move with it. Being a
Mm-hmm.
Trinidadian living in Mexico, it's really difficult for me to even use my credit cards. It's really difficult for me to move money. It's really difficult for me to even um, access my accounts. So for a long time, uh, I've been one of those people. Just if it's not for cash, then I can't get it. So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like a cash person. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the things gratitude has allowed me to do is be grateful, one, that I actually have some money, be grateful, two, that there are ways to make money, be
Mm-hmm.
grateful, three, that there are people out there who can help us
Mm-hmm.
making money and using our money. And sometimes, and I don't know about you, Garth, but I've never been an executive. I'm not going to be getting no big pension anywhere, nothing like that. And like I said, it's a very intimate subject for me to bring up. Um, when it comes to finances and money, a lot of women, we really don't know what to do because we've been looked after. We think it's a man's job.
Mm-hmm.
That is the truth. At least I know for myself and most of my friends, we do think it's a man's job to do that, but it's not because I've been single now. It's more than 5 years, and I've had to look after myself financially. So
Mm-hmm.
having that deep gratitude practice, one, um, pledging to the gratitude movement has really opened up myself for not being stingy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, okay, this movement has gotten to me, so given to me, so it's two sides of a coin. I need to give back. Um, and for me, just I have a little practice, and I'm going to share it with the audience if you don't mind.
No.
Um, every time I make an income, I put some money aside. It's normally like $50 or whatever. It's just nothing huge, but still. And I put it in a little bowl,
Okay.
and I make an offering. I make an offering to the universe. Hey, let this money, help me sustain my needs. One,
Mm-hmm.
because I need my basics, groceries, etc. Then my car for gas in my car. And then thirdly, to have the means to give to others, to share something. I always want to be able to share food and give somebody a drop or a ride if they need it.
Mm-hmm.
And that little extra money, because I live away from my family, I always want to have that money to be able to fly home in case of an emergency. So
Okay.
it has been working, and saying that I'm grateful for my money almost every day in the gratitude movement has made a difference.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. The offering. I've heard it, and I have Bob's book right here. I
Nice.
never
Go,
put
go,
it
go.
up. the go giver, and
Yeah. Mhm.
just being able to give and to make a difference for someone else other than yourself. I think it creates a mindset of abundance, and when you have an abundance mindset, it opens up the universe because there's more there than just me or you. It's other people. So
Mhm.
I like that. I really do like that. And money is something that a lot of people. Well, I don't know if a lot of people, but some people don't like to talk about it because it's difficult. Some people live in a scarcity, but one of my friends says this energy.
Mhm.
It's just an exchange, and
Yeah.
when you can exchange energy, the flow starts to happen, and it's something that I'm learning myself too as well. We are able to survive and thrive in any environment just because we have a given heart. So thank you for that. That's beautiful.
Well, thank you, God, because just talking to you has really, ha- allowed me to streamline the things I'm doing so I can share with others.
Hmm.
And I know for you too, because I think most of us who are in the leadership team, we are into fitness, we are into giving back, and we're definitely into pouring into others. And
Right.
I don't want to keep these things a secret. I want other people to know if it could help me be a better person, if it
Right.
could help me look younger, it acts as an anti-aging for me. I am up to give my I am up to give my gratitude. You know, I want to say that I'd love to make some eye cream called gratitude, something I haven't gotten there yet, but that's one of the things that I have in store. Um,
Okay.
um, and just really, really, I love sharing what I do because I do believe life is about sharing. I'm a strong believer in, you know, hey, we're not in competition. There's
Hmm.
no competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, you either be a team or you're not. And that's okay if you're not. But,
Hmm.
when you're with a team, you have that mindset throughout the day. So I don't particularly feel that even when I live alone, I still feel like there's people around me. I do feel that, oh my gosh, I need to contact this one. I need to do this. So for me, I'm in a team. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about because you're in so many teams. So you're in every
Okay.
training team, and I'm just in one
Uh,
so far. So
well, I don't know about that, but it's a beautiful thing to be a part of a team as part of a community.
yes.
And when it comes to that there is really two main communities in my life, and the gratitude community has become a family. It's as you said before, I didn't know anybody other than maybe one or two people before I started the community. So it is a place that we have come to grow, to give back, to make a difference, to really to share our hearts with other people, and to love on folks. I had a conversation this morning with one of our members, and it's really incredible to build that relationship. And I'm looking forward to our summit. You called it a retreat, but it's really a summit. Our summit in Atlanta. Last year we met in Florida, and there were folks that came from pretty far, and we got to connect with them, and it was incredible. So I am looking at this, and I'm saying to myself, everything starts out as a small idea, and
Yes.
then every year we just get to build on it, and it gets bigger and better, and so on and so forth. And I think for us, it's and the people, a lot of the people that are with us now are some of the same people that were with us from day one. So we're doing something amazing, and I never thought that it would be that. And what has that like? What has that been like for you also as well? Because now you're here, you can tell me.
So, you just touched on something there. And for those of you who are in a movement, who's perhaps watching this interview between Garth and myself, I want to, I really want to say thank you all, because not only are there people who's been there from 4.5 years ago, but there are people who are coming back. Last night in the 10 o'clock session,
Mm-hmm.
myself as a lead mod, we had Dr. Roshanak, and she stayed the entire hour, and she wants to speak on we normally have a Tuesday talk where we have members coming in and showcasing their unique talents and abilities. And
Mm-hmm.
this, Dr. Roshanak is a established doctor, and she wants to come on. And so we do have people wanting to come back to the movement. We have people who we may not notice. There's a famous quote by Harry Winston, a jewelry designer.
Okay.
If they're gonna look, make it worthwhile. So
Right, right, right.
I do believe we're making it worthwhile. I do believe the people in our movement are the ones who are meant to be there. I
Mm-hmm.
do believe that the people who are signing up and joining us, and people who are, and you've heard it too, I'm sure, where people actually say, retired. We have a few retired women who moderate during the day. It's given them a whole new lease on life.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the exact words, not mine. It's given me a whole new lease on life. And again, so I am super excited when I have to, when I get to work with these women. I'm super excited when a team could come together and say, hey, let's discuss what we're going to do in September. There's a lot of discussions of what is going to happen in terms of even the fitness part of it, and for a small organization that started off with just you, I mean, come on, kudos to you, Garth. I'm sitting here in front of you talking now, and kudos to you. And one of the other things that I want to say that gratitude has really instilled in me is discipline. That
Okay.
whole idea of being disciplined and being ready to go, being ready to go. I like being that person. I like that person, being that person who yourself or Wendy could call and know that you could count on me, know that I would show up and know that I would be there. And if I don't, it's something very extreme. And those are the kind of people I like working with. And those are the kind of people that we have in the movement. People you can call on a million miles away, not even in the
Mm-hmm.
same country, not even in the same continent sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah,
call
yeah.
and ask them a favor. So I love that. And sometimes it is difficult to explain to people who we are and what we're doing. But we're not going to be kept the best secret for a long time. I promise you that. Once I'm
Well,
around, I promise you that.
yes, yes, and we're doing a pretty good job. I think our growth continues to evolve, and now we're doing things on some of the other social media platforms, putting out some snippets of our interviews and conversations that we're having. So it's really really amazing. So as we wrap up, what is something that you would like to tell our audience?
I think I said enough, but but I want to say this: enjoy where you are,
Hmm.
enjoy who you are, and you know, we talk about the bad times are gonna move on, and we're gonna get the good times. But the truth is, the good times are gonna move on too.
Hmm.
So enjoy the good times too. And there's a famous quote by my Wayne Dyer:
Okay.
"Don't die with your music still inside you."
Yes, that's a beautiful quote, isn't it?
So find out what your music is, no matter what age, and just do it. Just start from where you are with what you have and do it. And do it with love, do it with gratitude. And I promise you that it's all gonna work out.
Okay. Well, Soraya, thank you so much for your time and for our conversation. And we look forward to doing more amazing things together. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
God, and have a fabulous evening in my beautiful Barbados, place I once called home. I know
All
it's
right.
crop over soon, so I'm pretty jealous, huh?
It's
Pretty
crop
jealous.
over now. All right. So thank you so much. And thank you all for listening to us. And we will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.